Afternoon, all. How are we doing today? Friday, finally. I've been waiting all week for the weekend, as you do. I wanted to, before our show on Sunday, I had a topic or something I wanted to ask people if you're listening. See if we can get some engagement on this because I need help answering a question. I had a conversation with somebody back home in the States about what was going on between the US and the UK with regard to this COVID-19 thing. And there was something that I've noticed on my timeline that's come up time and time again that I just can't seem to justify. I just don't understand it. And the way I work is I try to see things from both sides as best I can, even if my initial reaction is, this is ridiculous. Um, and the issue came up when somebody had made comment about Dr. Anthony Falchi, who is on the coronavirus task force, making the statement that 100,000 people could be diagnosed in a day at some point. And his point of view was, well, Dr. Fauci at it again. He's clearly got an agenda, which made me comment because I didn't understand why that was such a contentious issue, given that Florida just yesterday, I think as a single state alone, had 1,000 cases. And we then just started talking about the differences between what's going on in the US and the UK. And it was a nice conversation. He was genuinely curious as to what was going on in the UK. And I made the point that in the UK, we maybe differ about how and when we open. There's questions about the economics. It's not an easy issue, but there doesn't tend to be much, much contention with how the science is being treated. So very much everything in the UK is driven by what the scientists and doctors say, which makes sense because if I go into my doctor's office, I'm going to listen to what they say because they have a degree, they've studied medicine, and they've done a hell of a good job of keeping people alive for a long time. And that's generally who are making these decisions about controlling the spread. And I just made that point. And it just made me think about, because I also mentioned actually about the masks thing, because I've also noticed that, if let's say in the US, there's a state or a region that wears masks, or mandates wearing masks to keep control the spread. There's a lot of kickback, not a lot. I think maybe I'm being a bit too generous with that number, but there's a significant noisy minority of people that will fight against masks. And I can't for the life of me understand what is so contentious about a mask, about being, I guess is it that people are being forced to wear a mask? And the reason this came up in the UK, if we were mandated to wear masks, we would probably just wear masks. You wouldn't see many people protesting civil liberties. And that's just a question I don't understand. And I thought, well, we're trying to build a platform here where there's conversation. And I'm curious to hear what anybody thinks. And I'd love to have somebody comment on, give me their point of view on why we shouldn't wear masks, or why they think it's a scam, or why they think it's an attack on their liberty, their freedom. And the reason I don't understand it is right now, if I look at the statistics, COVID is very survivable. But as soon as you get into that 60 to 70-year-old range, it's like 3.6% survival range. That means 3.6% are dying. And that's in the age range of many of our parents who are healthy and fit and out and about. So that means 3 to 4 out of every 60 to 70-year-olds are going to pass away. And then when you get to 70 to 80, it goes up to something like 8%. And if, let's say, there's some debate on how effective masks are, which I think is fair. I don't know that there's a lot of science out there that is comprehensive on how effective it is. But let's say you cut down 30% of the spread, just 30%. That's going to make a substantial impact into the number of people's parents who are passing away. So I think I just want somebody to give me a bit of insight. I genuinely don't understand. I'm not attacking anybody for feeling one way or the other. I just want somebody to maybe give me another point of view. And yeah, there may be some debate, but I'm not going to be disrespectful to anybody that thinks any way about that. But if you can fill me in on that, that would be great. So if you've stuck around for this long, the 4 minutes and 50 seconds, just tune in Sunday if you'd like to. We are going to be having a live show. Hugh and I will be talking about, I have a few bits I want to bring up that aren't mask related, that are politics related. I do tend to gravitate towards politics, but the core of the show is going to be about fasting. And it's something I've been I've tried it before, but something I've been doing this week, and it's been really interesting, and I'm looking forward to sharing my results. Hugh's also been doing some things with fasting that are different to what he normally does. So looking forward to hear what he has to say. But again, please comment below if you want to have a chat up until then about, or at any point, about what you think about masks. Do you think this is a contentious thing, asking the public to wear masks to prevent spread? Anyway, hope you have a good rest of your day, and I look forward to speaking to you on Sunday. Take care.